Here's a look at the forewarned weather radar right now. You can see the weather moving across North Texas. Dan Henry's been talking about the second wave coming through. That's really going to make things ice over as the temperatures continue to drop and the already wet roads then freeze as we move into tomorrow morning. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Henry again in just a few minutes. Now, the Fort Worth Mixmaster, that's really always a tricky place to drive when it ices up.
And so Fort Worth has deployed its rapid task force ready to help any stranded drivers out there. Brandon Todd is at the Mixmaster. And just observation, Brandon, tonight, this is one of the slowest nights I've seen in the Mixmaster. It looks like people are staying home.
Yeah, not too bad, actually. The traffic in here is pretty thin, so obviously that creates a situation where you don't really have any problems. We've only had really one accident here in the Mixmaster. It was back on a ramp that goes from 35 southbound to I-30 westbound. From what I'm told by Fort Worth Fire Department, it was just a car that slid around on that ramp. No injuries to report, but they are reporting when the crews got on scene that there was some ice on that ramp. Also being reported that there are some icy conditions on some ramps in West Fort Worth as well. So the city's task force, as you mentioned, to hit the roads at 5 p.m. to start looking for any stranded drivers. On the surfaces, there is ice. This was ice on our news unit. The same thin sheet of ice is also formed on some of the metal railings on this overpass, but the roads are only slightly slick. TxDOT trucks have been spreading sand on just about every ramp and overpass here in the Mixmaster. They're out in force in other parts of the city as well. While several school districts were either canceling or postponing games, this playoff basketball game in Colleyville between Azle and AAA Academy was moved up from 7 p.m. to 3 p.m. in an effort to try and beat the weather. AAA Academy won that game, by the way. While some said the earlier game time caused a lot of fans to miss the game, others saw it as the safest option.
Later on, the weather's going to get pretty bad, so them moving the game up made it easier for us to come on out, get this game out the way, and then make it back home before all this comes, come to town.
City of Fort Worth ready to go with their sand trucks. Workers will be going on 12-hour shifts to get the roads cleared. And they'll also be looking for stranded motorists as well. Weatherford ISD let students go today at 2 p.m. to try and get them and some of the staff members home before that weather began to get bad over there. Parents there very thankful for that early release time. Again, not too many accidents to report. One up on Southwest Boulevard in Vickery, a slick spot there, an accident that Fort Worth Fire is responding to. But otherwise here in the Mixmaster, pretty good traveling so far. Steve, Heather?
Looks pretty quiet, so it stays that way. Brandon, thank you.